Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Conversation Corner. It's your host, the one and only Derek Siri, a man with a lot of secrets. And
Your host, Nemo.
yes,
Yes, that's all. Sina mengi kwa hii masaa ni hawa machache.
okay,
Yes.
yeah. So today we are going to answer a very, very critical question.
Which is?
Is relationship counseling important or not?
Mm.
Is it?
You know?
Uh-huh.
No. Watu waende nyumbani, podcast imeishia hapo.
We close for today.
We close for today. Thanks, guys.
Don't listen to this one.
Anyway, I'm making a joke. Yes, it is, Derek. It is very, very important to have counseling or therapy.
I agree with you. I really do agree with you. With counseling, it improves communication, conflict resolution, intimacy in relationships. Yeah, so counseling is important. Yeah.
Okay. I've seen people, mostly men,
Yes.
not very open to therapy because they feel like therapy happens, or you go to therapy when you're not okay.
There's actually that assumption that therapy is only needed when things are terrible.
When things are thick.
Yes, when
That's when
things
we
are falling
resolve.
apart. But I think it's just like a computer. You know, when a computer is infected by viruses, you'll be in trouble. But having an antivirus will prevent the viruses. So therapy can act like an antivirus in relationships.
Yeah, okay. I like how he spins that to tech. You know, he's in the tech industry.
Yes, I found a better way to put it.
That's actually but it's a very good way of putting it, actually.
Yes.
It's a way we can all relate. Yeah, so I feel like therapy should be done way before, way before. I've even thought about something, Derek.
Yes.
As we were shooting, therapy should be done not even when you're dating, even before you begin dating, to improve you as a person. And when you get into a serious relationship, you know, when the dating stage has ended and now we are getting slowly into courtship, that particular place, that's when you also do therapy.
Okay.
To help you navigate or even have that. You said communication.
Yeah.
When I look at therapy, I think of managing expectations between two people, because sometimes you come together, we each have our expectations, yeah, we are not communicative about them, and because we have a therapist or a third party who does not take any sides, we are able to communicate honestly and they're able to pick up on what we are saying.
So yes, therapy is important in relationships. Even facing, you know, people have traumas that they do not know about. And when you visit a therapist, they can help you bring out those traumas and you can be able to know how best to tackle them. Because those traumas that you do not know about, sometimes they affect your relationships.
Oh, they do. They do.
Yeah.
It's not even sometimes they affect.
Yes.
They do affect upbringing, trauma, beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all affect our relationship. And I think with the help of a therapist, you'll be able to know or navigate that relationship better.
So, with therapy, it helps improve communication such that people are able to address issues well. And instead of talking at each other, you talk to each other and it helps improve understanding. Yes.
Also, Derek, when you are being raised by your
Yes.
parents,
Yes.
they have this set of ways of raising you, and this other person has a different way. Let me
Yes.
give you an example. Let's use money as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you struggled to even educate yourself. Sometimes parents will get you up to a certain point and say, because now you're a man,
You can now venture out.
you can venture out and educate
Make
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe the way I was brought up, maybe my parents believed, let's educate her all the way to a certain level, and then from there she can maybe degree, and then from there, once she gets a job, she can further herself. Yeah.
Yes.
And then now you get children, and then it comes to that time, uh you know you believe, because you have male children, they should venture out and educate themselves and struggle with that struggle
And build their
and
own.
build their own. And me, I believe, no, let's educate these kids up to degree level, because that's what I have gone through. Yeah. And these are the expectations we are talking up, they are bringing. So once we communicate, yeah. And sometimes you really need a third party for such communication, because the topic,
Yes.
it can go really deep,
Yes.
and people can even fight
Yeah.
on very minute things.
Yeah. You need an intermediary.
Yes.
Mm.
Even Derek, when our great grandfathers and mothers
Had issues.
had issues,
They'd call in the village elders or the chief. Yes.
they would call, yeah, they will start first. I don't know. I'm just thinking of how it went. Maybe they would start with their age mates. If it's beyond their age mates, they call those elders and the chiefs.
Yeah.
But there was somebody who was there to mitigate these issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. An intermediary. Very true.
So I feel like it is important for people to have counseling or therapy by themselves with their partners. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe, and also with their family. I don't know.
I agree with you. Yes.
Now, something else, let me mention. Get a therapist who you feel comfortable with. Don't force yourself to go through all the sessions with a therapist who you feel you're not comfortable. Derek, I've met, I was telling you earlier, Gen Zs are more open to therapy.
Yes.
Unlike other generations. Millennials, I feel like we are somewhere in between. You get those
Some
who
are
believe,
willing.
yeah, some are not. But Gen Z have more of them open to therapy.
Okay.
And sorry, you will get that some things they've told me is that I didn't feel comfortable with this therapist.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't feel like they understood me. You need to be understood for any results to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember, even the therapist has their own visions.
Yeah.
I know they're trained not to, but sometimes they can interject their own upbringing or something of that nature. So get a therapist who you feel understands what you're going through.
I'm talking about finding a therapy whom you feel comfortable with. It is just the logic that you will feel comfortable when you are addressing maybe a friend. You feel you are able to open up more if you are comfortable with that person. Yes. So finding a therapy with whom you are comfortable with will also help you to open up more and release some of the hidden issues that you have. Yes.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else with helps with therapy? We've said communication.
Resolution of issues, hidden issues actually. One thing that people forget is that therapy helps strengthen relationships. When there are no issues that are there and you are go to a therapist and you are able to open up to each other more, it will help bring you closer
Mm.
together and strengthen the bond that you have, because now you are able to understand your partner more than they
Than you ever did.
yeah,
Yeah.
than you ever did before attending therapy. Yes.
That's actually very true.
Mm.
Yeah, because again, they help you manage those expectations.
Yes.
And people have people have some expectations. Derek,
Yes.
an example is you expect a woman or a wife to be the manager of the house. I'm just giving an example. I don't know if that's what your expectations are, yeah?
Okay.
And maybe the woman expectations are different. Then you start clashing once you start living with each other.
Yeah. Actually, that is a good point. You know, under gender equality, gender roles in relationships, you get some people expect, yes, the woman to take care of the house and the man to take care of the bills. But you get to a point where the man is struggling and the woman does not want to chip in. It creates friction. But if you go for therapy, you'll be able to address such issues and come to an understanding. At this point, we need to help each other and lift each other up. Yes.
You don't want to be told mwanaume ni jasho, kanyaga nje, tafuta kazi.
And nowadays, kupata kazi is connections. And if probably the man doesn't have those connections.
Yeah, what happens? Yeah. So it helps you foresee conflicts.
Yes.
And how, foresee conflicts, resolve conflicts. Because we all solve conflicts in a very different way.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we had the discussions for attachment styles?
Yes.
And we realized there's an attachment style, the avoidance. There's an attachment style that can take a week, a month to solve problems.
Yes.
Yeah. So at least a therapist will be able to see this and help you. Because, in fact, if you listen to therapists who deal with attachments issues, they will tell you do this and do that and do this, because they're able to foresee these things and they've dealt with it before. You're not the first person to be going through these issues.
Exactly. And another thing that helps in therapy, neutral ground. You know, it is easy for you to address those issues when you are in a place where there is no biasness. Yes.
That's why I'm saying, in fact, that's why I'm very keen. Get a therapist you feel you're comfortable with.
Yes.
You know, some bring biasness.
Yeah, somebody who will not lean towards one partner so that you feel that they are ganging up against you. No.
Get somebody who you feel really comfortable with.
Yes.
And again, remember, therapy is just not for a couple, it's also for you, so that you can understand yourself and know yourself more.
Yes. People struggling with any form of addictions, sometimes therapy will help you unearth the reason as to why you are now struggling with addiction. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. Addictions mean something. They are not, people take them lightly.
Yes.
I've seen people taking addictions very lightly, but they mean something. They seriously mean something. Derek, there's a time, as we arrange the set for shooting, sometimes we watch, as we are setting up, we watch a CID.
Oh, yeah, some of those crime documentaries.
Yes. And do you remember me asking you, "Hey, Derek, is this real?" Because what the investigators learned.
Yes.
Because it was a male. He was I don't know, you can even look it up. Apparently it was a very big thing in the US. The guy was the ambassador for a certain brand.
Yes. You mean He was called Jerry the Subway Guy.
Oh yeah, it
Yes.
was Subway. He was
Yes.
a brand for Subway.
ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Subway.
And he had an addiction of watching pornography.
Child, to be specifically.
Child pornography.
Yes.
And apparently it started when he was a young child. Okay, not watching, but it started because of the way he was brought up as a child.
Yes.
And I found that fascinating, in that the police could connect these dots and see, so because of this, that's why he did this.
Yes.
10, 40 years down the line. Yeah.
It is now affecting the man.
Yes. He's even in jail, unfortunately, for life. But you can see how detrimental addictions can be.
Yes.
So they do stem from somewhere.
That is because of the trauma that the guy faced. So I think we need to have a topic on trauma.
Yeah, we need.
And we need to discuss them fully. And I think for that topic, we need to get a therapist to join us on the set.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If we find one, that's fine.
Do you have any other point?
On therapy.
Yes, importance of therapy.
Do I? I don't think I do. But what I'd urge people is to stop having this belief. I think it's a belief that you know yourself. Trust me, you don't. You don't know why. You don't know why you're cheating. Funny enough, it could be a trauma response.
Some people say it is in our blood.
Funny enough, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised that it's a trauma response. Again, the documentary we were watching.
Yes.
Do you remember the guy who used to have sex with minors?
Yes.
It was a trauma response. After all those years, the CID were able to capture that. So you'll be surprised. Something as minute as cheating, or something as minute as you not being able to keep a long-term relationship, is something that stems from way back.
A trauma that you faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way to know is to look at yourself analytically and ask yourself, what repetitive things or issues am I seeing in my life? Yeah.
Yes.
So a good example would be, they usually say you attract the same person in a different body. So if the person was abusive, your next partner will be abusive and forever abusive, until you've known what you're going through internally, so that you're able to correct it, so that you don't attract those abusive human beings.
Yes.
So if something like that, so if you see, okay, I keep getting abusive, maybe women or men, doesn't matter, any gender, you need to sit down and say, okay, yeah, it's time for me to see a therapist. Yeah. So look at the repetitive things that are happening in your life. That one will be able to help you now say, okay, I think it's time for me to see a therapist.
Yeah.
And again, therapy is not when you're having issues. You can have a therapist even when you're okay and you just want to, who knows, even want to have a financial budgeting conversation with your therapist. It is that simple. Yeah.
So people should stop stigmatizing therapy, especially men. Therapy is good for you. Yes.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So now that we have that idea, do you have a question for our viewers?
Yeah, how many men are willing to go for therapy?
Hey, you have to be gender specific.
I have to be gender specific, actually. Men fear therapy. I am yet to understand why we fear therapy.
Okay. Oh, I know why. Let me interject a little bit.
Okay.
This thing of it is me and you and not with another person. When men, they tell their women, women, we share. We will go to our friends and we confide to our friends. Then the man says, this relationship, he's very serious by the way. This relationship is between me and you. Why are you inviting outsiders into our lives?
Okay.
So I think it's that.
All right.
I don't know.
Maybe. Subject to confirmation.
So in my head, if you can just be afraid of a friend, your wife sharing with a friend, I can only imagine the idea of a therapist.
A stranger.
But I thought strangers are even better than people you know. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, subject to confirmation. Actually, guys, can you tell us why you fear therapy? Please, in the comment section, tell us why you fear therapy.
Okay.
Yes. Or why you choose not to go for therapy.
Yes, I think don't use fear.
Why you choose not to go for therapy.
You will get male's egos. Yeah, so why
please
choose?
Let us know. Yeah. In the comment section, let us know why you choose not to go for therapy.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. So I don't have anything else to add.
Neither do I.
Okay. All right. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, share,
comment,
follow.
Like. Yes. And invite others to also come in and follow us, because we are here to educate and inform you guys. Yes.
Oh, something I wanted to add, I've just remembered. We have a form where you can fill and just tell us, are these topics we're talking about relevant, and what topics you'd like us to talk about?
Yes.
Yeah, so that we can really understand what you're going through as a person, or in a relationship. Yeah, so we'll put the link up.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, fill it in and let us know. Thank you so much for your time. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Bye-bye.